Alright, crypto team, let's get started with the daily chart analysis. With XRPs hovering at $2.96, it appears that we are preparing for yet another ascent. Look at this beauty, dude. In perfect time, we fell to $2.82. When those experts in technical analysis stated, watch for that $2.82 dip, and then we're going to see some serious fireworks, they were absolutely correct. I'm hoping that this upward party continues. Bitcoin is also joining in on the fun. At the now, it is strutting back above 114k. Everyone is saying we are so back, as if it were their own anthem, after it took a little break earlier today and dropped to 112k, giving us all small heart attacks. This is our current situation. Bitcoin's breakout will be the ship's captain if we continue to ride this higher wave, leading the market as a whole into the promised land. My friends, welcome to the parabolic season. There is talk of a final spectacular push to the moon among Bitcoin devotees. In my opinion, it will fall short of that dazzling 150k goal. But listen, if you're a regular investor in Bitcoin, I'd strongly think about investing your money in something with greater upside potential and taking profits on the next big pump. No initiatives that genuinely have practical value and address real issues. October could be the turning point for XRP. There are some really amazing things that are going on. SEC rulings on applications for XRP ETFs, the influx of capital from large institutions, and approval schedules that may conclude by the end of October. The National Bank charter of Ripple, unless they choose to expedite it, I believe it will likely happen in late 2024 or early 2026. To be honest, there's a good chance that it will occur. Technically speaking, we're keeping an eye on some really important levels here. It would be significant if XRP could break above $3.20. It's not good though if it can't contain $2.90. Pushing XRP back to $3.30 is the actual goal we hope to achieve. We'll know we're truly headed in the right way once it occurs. Behind the scenes activities are also important. We can determine whether people are buying or selling by looking at how coins are flowing between exchanges. And what do you know? As more people take notice, the altcoin story is beginning to heat up. Some of the money rotation may even reach those early pre-sale projects. But here's the deal. If those ETFs are allowed, XRP might be the one driving us directly into alt season, despite the fact that I keep hearing that it will be the last to move. Those XRP ETFs have the potential to be the pivotal factor that turns Bitcoin around this time, I promise. We are in a 60-day countdown that could make some XRP millionaires. The problem is that despite everyone's intense attention being on ETFs, that is only one aspect of what would be the ideal scenario for XRP. Behind the scenes, we have a lot more in the works. First of all, the SEC case has not yet been concluded. We have yet to receive that definitive resolution from the courts. Then there is the regulatory clarification that Washington ought to be producing. And for cryptocurrency with a utility focus like XRP, it will be huge. Additionally, don't overlook the ISO standards. That has some significant potential worth. Furthermore, Ripple isn't just waiting around. Considering what they're doing currently, they could easily make a few more acquisitions. They are lending money to Bullish and Gemini. I'll go into more detail about that in a future video. As the price plummeted, I now read articles about whales dumping 470 million XRP. This past month, with all of the whales selling and ETF delays, XRP fell below $3 and had a 17% loss. These days, those ETFs appear to be at the center of every news story. They truly are a big issue, and I understand it. Let's be honest though about the underlying reason why XRP fell. It is simply adhering to Bitcoin. That's right, when Bitcoin declines, everyone is dragged down with it. We've seen this film several times, since it would look entirely different if it weren't forced to follow Bitcoin everywhere. XRP urgently needs to escape its hold. But take a look at this. With 100 million XRP locked up, the XRP ETFs in Canada have now reached $285 million in assets. This indicates that there is a genuine market for these goods outside of the United States. The size of those spot ETFs will be enormous when they are finally approved in America. Here's why that is so important. The price of XRP can be significantly influenced without spending a lot of money. Additionally, I believe that XRP will continue to be locked up in those ETF treasuries. What I am attempting to convey to you is that what we have witnessed thus far pales in comparison to what lies ahead. An excessive number of people continue to dwell on past cycles. Yes, this is what previously occurred. The market capitalization peaked at this point. For XRP, market capitalization is no longer even significant. I've had enough of the cycles of the past. I'm focusing on the future and where this thing is truly going. Speaking of the future, there was just some shocking news. The SEC received a defiance leverage long XRP ETF application from Total Trust 2. Thus, it ranks 21st out of 21 XRP ETF submissions. Additionally, we're still waiting on BlackRock to enter the race. You're entirely correct. BlackRock will perform this flawlessly. They usually put things off till the last minute, but when they do, it's like everyone else gets the all clear. Every time there is a significant decision or financial crisis, BlackRock essentially controls Washington. The government calls whom? BlackRock. Therefore, it will be an indication that it's time to move forward with all of these other applications when Larry Fink and BlackRock eventually file for the spot XRP ETF. We're actually waiting for that. They'll most likely file somewhere between now and the beginning of October, I wager, and you are aware of what will occur. On the contrary, Larry Fink will declare, yes, we are filing for an XRP ETF. This is enormous. Organizations desire it. Additionally, we will ensure that BlackRock receives a portion of the pie. When the time is right, they will vigorously promote this story in the media. Take a look at this graphic now. Bitcoin versus XRP throughout a 5-year accumulation period. Though not for this long, we have been in comparable situations before. Do you recall the events of 2017 and 2018? After a protracted period of accumulation, there was a huge breakout. From being less than a penny, XRP now stands at over $3. We had been building up for years. What do you anticipate happening when XRP eventually deviates from current trend? It's going to be an incredible run. People are too busy disseminating false information about XRP to notice it yet. However, all of that FUD will vanish overnight if you wait until that breakout occurs. Here's something intriguing too. According to HSBC and others, regulatory certainty and artificial intelligence have accelerated the acceptance of cryptocurrencies. What do I tell you all the time? The chronology is evolving. Take a listen. Isn't it going to happen? 2 inquiries. The first is in relation to time perception. In what ways has your time horizon shortened during the past 12 months? For example, was there nothing that you anticipated happening in 5 years? When do you believe it will occur? Is that logical? It does indeed. The entire crypto drama has, in my opinion, simply accelerated. However, the entire crypto narrative has happened really quickly. We are 16 years after the 2008 white paper on Bitcoin. The President of the United States has essentially stated that the country aspires to be a worldwide leader and will serve as the foundation for the new financial markets and global financial system in 16 years. Additionally, if you include artificial intelligence (AI), which is not the subject of today's discussion, in the equation, it will significantly speed things up even more because of the incredibly good coordination between AI, blockchain, and cryptocurrency. And we're heading towards a future where finance will undergo a radical change. Individuals claim that it is a worldwide financial system, yet most individuals around the world do not participate. And the access problem is actually being resolved by crypto. It allows anyone to participate in financial markets and potentially access US money if they have an internet connection and a digital asset wallet. These individuals were never able to obtain US cash. Therefore, it will significantly alter the course of events and increase the number of